And I am live for the final time. I watched back my previous live video, and the video quality was absolutely appalling. It was potato quality. So, and also, I think, hello, Zachary. No, no, no. Yes, yes, yes. And I think, hey, Jenna, user quick. Yes, yes. Um, Also, I think YouTube will eventually take away my privilege to go live because I do have fewer than 1,000 supporters, and they did that for the mobile and the tablet, I believe. I think eventually they'll take it away anyway. So as well do a farewell my streams video. Oh yes, Fleece Nation, and I'm going to talk about that. Bret Hart incident last night. No, the live quality is rubbish. I'm not going to. I know I can technically still go live just now through a laptop, but the live quality is rubbish. It's crap. You lot deserve much better. So I just want to talk about wrestling, but I didn't want to just make it a wrestling live video, themed video. The chat is open. The chat is open. I'll talk about Bret Hart later on. I did see that instant. I was no, I technically can't go live on mobile because I've got fewer than 1,000 fans. I've only just hit 700. No, I'm not. I'm not. I don't need to get anything. This is a final decision. This is also part of my rebranding. I don't. The quality is just dreadful with this web camera. So, um, I'm not getting down. This has nothing to do with anything. This is my decision. I want to put out better quality videos. This is not a. Nothing's happened. But welcome, paranormal. Hello, Boogie. Cassandra's life and Alba Crazy. Hello, Melody. Yeah, I don't have. But the thing is, paranormal. I know I'm still youngish, but I don't actually have a fancy phone. I've got a flip phone that does nothing other than phone people. So I haven't had a smartphone in 2 years. I'll probably never get a smartphone again because I quite like escaping the matrix sometimes. Oh, I enjoy going live, but I watched my last live video back and it was just so it was dreadful quality. I thought, no, no, I can do better. I want to do better. Let's see. Plus, if I did have a smartphone, I haven't got enough fans to go live. Took me 9 years to get 500. It's going to take me at least another 9 years to hit that 1,000. And if the goalposts by the time I do reach 1,000 will probably have changed again. Now, far too kind, Boogie 808. How is everybody doing, anyways? I was going to make this wrestling themed and talk about the Bret Hart incident. He got attacked. He got tackled at the Hall of Fame last night. Ridiculous moment. Bret hit my heart's like wrestling royalty. and he's 62 years old. He's had a stroke. He's survived cancer, and for an idiotic fan animal to attack someone vulnerable, like, I mean, how ridiculous. Ronda Rousey's husband was to the rescue. He was the first one in, and him and many other wrestlers took care of business. Let's just say, um, and I see the main thing is that Bret Hart's all right. That's the main thing. I I kind of cringe when I hear, "Oh, it's going to steal the moment away from Becky Lynch and Charlotte and Who cares if it steals the moment away from that? I don't give a crap about fake fights right now. The most important moment for me is that Bret Hart's okay. I don't care if this whole instance steals headlines from WrestleMania. Who gives about WrestleMania right now? Let's be honest. Main thing is Bret Hart's all right, but I do cringe at some of the fans. Oh God, this could steal the. Who cares? Vince McMahon needs to respect the dead, not bringing it into. What do you mean by that, Boogie? I'm not sure what you meant by that. Uh, how is everybody doing, anyways? This is an open discussion. Don't need to talk about. It is WrestleMania day, and I will be watching. It'll be my. I say this every year now. It's like my tradition to say this. This will be my last WrestleMania this year. This will be my last live stream. It's like became tradition. Um, There was just an incident at the Wrestling Hall of Fame last night where one of the legendary wrestlers, Bret the Hitman Hart, is in my top 10. No, I love the Hitman, no seriousness. And he was tackled down by a deranged human being, if you can call him that. Oh, yeah, that is very distasteful. I hate when I do stuff like that. It's morning for me. How are you doing, my fellow fleece buddy? I'm good. I rewatched my last live stream, and the quality is just dreadful. It's potato video quality. It's friggin' awful. It's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed of it. Plus, I do believe, I could be wrong, but since YouTube took away the ability for mobile users with less than 1,000 supporters, took that ability away from people to go live, I think the same is going to happen with this uh, for laptop users too, with below 1,000. So might as well do a farewell one. Plus the video. There's a couple of reasons why I'm um, saying farewell to the live games. I think I'm not Vince McMahon's biggest fan. I'll just say I think I don't like how WWE's got a monopoly on the fake fight industry. Um, and I'm rooting for this AEW. It's about time because wrestling pretty much died when WCW was bought in 2001. It's not been mainstream since. The viewership's dropped off since then. And I'm rooting for this new up and coming wrestling company to give WWE much needed competition. Oh, I love the cats. The cats are allowed to be buggers. Oh, I'm not worried about hitting that milestone. I'm quite happy. Like, thank you, YouTube. This is another excuse not to do live videos for me. I'm not popular enough. I'm turning negatives into positives. This is going to be great. Fantastic excuse. I'm just going to say technically I can't do them anymore. uh, my friend started live stream other day and he lost 200. What? Really? That must be a glitch. Surely that's fixed. Shedding up a storm, being a little. Uh-oh. Yeah, Cody Rhodes. Well, I feel like we're on a sinking ship at the moment, and the rats are already off, and the future looks grim and more grim and grim. And God, I forgot to put a cover. I'm not terrified of Article 13, which has been passed, by the way, and Article 11. I usually put a sheet over this now. I'm not terrified of Article 13 and all this new copyright nonsense from the evil EU. Did I say something there? Did I slip of the tongue moment? The EU, sorry. Did I say a word for saying the EU there? All over Elite Pro Wrestling. Yes, yes, this new AEW. It's a super, well, um, people seem to make excuses for them, but it's a bit grim at the moment. I wouldn't, Zachary, I wouldn't worry. I wouldn't get upset over losing subscribers. Seriously, it's not, worrying's a waste of emotion, and seriously, it's really no big deal, Zachary. Love Chris Jericho. I don't. He's all right. What I like about him is he's honest in his shoot interviews. He called his main event WrestleMania 18 match with Triple H was pretty much garbage. So at least he's honest about that, because it was garbage. It was one of the most boring wrestling matches I've ever seen in my life. I love Chris Jericho. Did I say I don't like Chris Jericho? I've heard a lot about these young bucks. WrestleMania today, tonight, this morning for me, technically. This is WrestleMania day. Ooh, ooh, so exciting. Uh, um, 8 hours of my life I'll never get back tonight. I'll never get back. I don't think if my younger cousin wasn't still into wrestling, I don't think I'd be watching tonight. I mean, I watched the Royal Rumble and it was so bad. It was so bad. I've already done my predictions video for WrestleMania 35. Next is Zachary. I'm sorry. Next is even worse than the main program. I'm sorry. I think WrestleMania, all the big pay-per-views are way, even for their crap. Next is garbage, I'm afraid, in my opinion. I don't think Triple H knows what he's doing. I don't think he's that damn good. I think he's severely overrated. You're always going to get my honest opinion, Zachary. I just think Next is terrible, WWE's terrible, and Triple H is not that damn good. It could possibly be Zachary's watching WrestleMania 35. But I think that's a bit far, Zachary, to say NXT's better. It's not better than WrestleMania. WrestleMania is the be all. It's still, hello, Annette. WrestleMania is the be all and end all. I mean, come on, Zachary. About two people watch NXT. NXT sucks. I'm sorry. It's garbage. WrestleMania might suck too, but we shall see. How you doing, Annette? Oh no. Uh, um. Oh well. These things happen, Zachary. These things happen. You know what was funny? I did the my predictions video. A very part-time wrestling fan predicts WrestleMania 35, and I was laughing at how many champions there are. How many friggin' belts is there in the WWE now? Everybody's a champion. Everybody's a winner. Social justice. WWE. Everybody's a winner. No losers. Just Anyways. I mean, if you don't have a title or you're not challenging for a title in WWE now, there's something. There's something not right. Thank you very much, Annette. Good seeing you too. Annette's doing well. Um, Yeah, he was. Yeah, you wouldn't be here if you didn't wedge. Exactly, exactly. I'm into that. Triple H is severely. He's a B plus player. He's the real. Remember when he used to call the um, Daniel Bryan a B plus player? Triple H. Well, Daniel Bryan, to be fair, is like a B plus player too. It is true, but Triple H is also a B plus player. He was never The Rock. He was never Stone Cold Steve Austin. He never got near Hulk Hogan's wrestling status. He thinks he's some sort of massive icon tonight, and icon now rather, and he's not. He's a B plus player. Ricochet. There will be no evolution, no Batista. Is the match being cancelled? I was I thought Triple H was going to get his revenge for WrestleMania 21 tonight. Is the match being cancelled or something? Absolutely. I am feisty tonight. It's like um, there's no point in just like I'd be if I were to say NXT is really compelling television, I'd be lying. There's no point in telling and holding my opinion back. No BS here. There never will be. This was going to be a WrestleMania stream, but this is an open discussion. As for the Bret Hart situation, which was talking about earlier, it's rather ridiculous, but the main thing is Bret Hart's okay. And I thought it was Ronda Rousey's husband and herself were right in there. Meanwhile, uh, the man, Becky Lynch and Charlotte stayed seated. Yeah, I'm definitely rooting for Ronda Rousey now in this fake fight main event. Johnny Gargano, that's a name to pronounce. Johnny Gargano, whatever his name is. See, I'm so out of touch with today's wrestlers. I'm so out of touch. Well, here's the thing, Boogie, is this should have stepped down a long time ago. However, like Triple H, for example, however, wrestling, not just the WWE, but the wrestling world in general, have made no stars, have made absolutely no household names since WrestleMania 17. The last legit household name was The Rock. You could call John Cena's a household name, but he was forced down their throats. He didn't become a household name. Um, it wasn't genuine his rise to the top. And I think Zachary, my opinion is there's far too many titles, so get rid of one. There should be one heavyweight intercontinental champion. In fact, scrap the intercontinental title. Actually, there's far too many titles. One championship for men, one championship for women, and tag team titles for both men and women. 4 belts altogether. That's what it should be. That's what it should be. Welcome back, Jenna. I love Ric Flair, but well, yes, he's very old now. He's Zachary's favorite, Rick. He's in my top 10, Rick. And, he's a good actor. The Rock, if you smell. Um, it's good to see us all in here. But I'm fed up of looking back at my live streams and seeing the potato video quality is ugly. Plus, I do think I won't be able, even if I wanted to go live again after this, I don't think I'll be able to because I've still got only 700 people that They're it's really annoying when you're not allowed to say the S word, isn't it? Well, you know what I mean. I'm not popular in here. I'm very unpopular in here, and I haven't reached my 1000th one. Probably never will. Thank you, Melody. Shane McMahon. He was also rushing to Bret Hart's aid, and then I was kind of getting annoyed with Twitter, like, "Oh, how could he have not attacked Hulk Hogan? We can't forgive and forget." You know? Yes, Hogan said terrible things in the past. Yes, can't defend him on that. But get over it, I say. If we can get over Steve Austin beating up his wife, we can get over Hulk Hogan saying bad words, in my opinion. I think there's a lot of wrestlers in that roster now, in the past, that have said and done a lot worse than Hulk Hogan. I'm so tired of some fans out there not being just hanging on to this hatred they have for Hogan. It's like, to me, they're when they say stuff, "Oh, I wish the fan had attacked Hogan." To me, they're way worse than whatever Hogan said in the past, in my opinion. Steve Austin beat up his wife. I forgive and forgave him. And to me, that's a lot worse than words. My opinion. I know that's probably not PC of me, for me to say, but well, Boogie, the thing is, a lot of wrestlers, not just Hogan, a lot of wrestlers have said a lot worse in the past, and apparently Ric Flair's been way worse, allegedly. So, you know, I'm not saying anybody's perfect, but to me, beating up your wife's way worse than any words. And we were able to forgive Steve Austin, so I just I get tired of it. Who is Brock Lesnar? He's what do you mean by that, Zachary? I don't get. Is that a joke? How is WWE Championship? How is he? Um, how is Jupiter? Well, it's I'm just have to agree to disagree with Zachary tonight. We're going round in circles. Everything he says, when he says black, I say white. It's one of those nights. Um, Here's the thing, Zachary. If WWE or NXT had made an actual household name in the last 17 years, they wouldn't need Brock Lesnar. They wouldn't need Brock Lesnar. But because they haven't produced a genuine household name, they need Brock Lesnar. Why is he champion? Because he's not the worst heavyweight champion ever. I think he's actually. See, this is not going. This is not good. I'm just gonna. At least we're arguing over fake fights. At least we're arguing. To be honest, no one's a champion. They all get handed the belts. Brock Lesnar's the only legit one that's actually won a real fighting title, and Ken Shamrock. So, I think we're going to go around it. But if WWE had actually produced household names in the last 17 years, which they haven't, we wouldn't have this Brock Lesnar situation. They all sound the same. They all look the same. They've got terrible writers behind the scenes, and it's overproduced. I used to look forward to At least I used to genuinely look forward to WrestleMania. WrestleMania 10 years ago was there in attendance. I flew across the pond to attend the fake fight uh, event of the year, and um, I think WWE and wrestling in general is really really bad these days. Really really bad. It's the worst it's ever been, in my opinion. And the ratings favor my arguments. AJ Styles or CM Punk? I'm just going to have to agree to disagree. I kind of like, yeah, I think Brock Lesnar should. It'd be nice if he was there more often. I get that. However, if you go back to the '80s, Hulk Hogan didn't defend his title each and every week. I think that is a mistake when you start doing that. I think the title should be defended on a special occasion. Um, Build up to it, build and build and build, which they don't do anymore because um, people are so lost in the matrix we live in, or some of us live in, that we need more, more, more. There's not much patience in today's climate. So I guess maybe people defending titles would would be good for this climate, but I wish I could go back to the old days and you know when someone won or lost a title in brackets, um, it actually meant something back then. Was this a net, Rod? I never understood why CM Punk left WWE. Well, um, that's over 5 years ago now. I just think he was, from my understanding of the CM Punk situation, was he was very frustrated with the WWE and just was totally burnt out, and he wanted to make a go at the UFC. Um, Probably too late in his life. I don't think he's naturally a good fighter. By the two fights I did watch him in, it was in fact, I wouldn't call them fights. It was just watching someone be beat up legally. That's what it was. CM Punk fighting in the UFC. It was just watching someone being beat up legally. Mm, maybe. I think WWE and the wrestling climate, in my opinion, needs a complete revamp, reboot, and I'm hoping I'd like to see the AEW really take it to Vince McMahon, man, and really end this monopoly the WWE's had over the fake fight industry the last 17 years. Yeah, I enjoyed the US champion. I'd get rid of the US title, to be honest. There's far too many titles. I think four titles is enough, in my opinion. I couldn't take it seriously when I was doing the WrestleMania 35 prediction video. I was like, who's not a champion? Everybody's a friggin' champion. Champion of Smack. Oh God, it's just too much. Everybody's a winner. Boo. They're really going all out to um, be really social justicey, the WWE. Who was? Oh yeah, yeah. I think I don't mind the over the top storylines, but when it ends in someone being killed, it is distasteful. Um, I just remembering how bad timing that Vince McMahon death moment was. So yeah, I agree. It is that doesn't belong in wrestling. Murdered or death storylines, especially when there's been real ones. And no, you just no. I believe Impact Wrestling is still a thing. I've never watched it. I think I've watched one Impact show in my lifetime, but my friend really loves it. I watched that interview with, look, I've got RVD's hair. I can do it. The whole friggin' show. RVD. Um, and I believe he's signed for Impact Wrestling. It was quite a funny interview. The interviewee asked him, "So why did you sign for Impact Wrestling?" And RVD just said money. Money. He didn't even mess about. RVD just said money. I watched one Impact Wrestling. It wasn't my cup of tea. But to me, all wrestling today is horrible. However, I will say, there was a good segment on Raw I did watch between the three women, Becky, Charlotte, and Ronda. I liked that segment they had on Raw with all three of them being arrested and Ronda Rousey and Becky Lynch fighting in the back of the police car. That was fun. That was fun. I liked that. See, they can produce funny, genuine, good moments still, but overall, see, I wasn't watching the Hall of Fame. I never watched the Hall of Fame. I've never had the network. And even if I were able to watch the Hall of Fame, I don't think I would have because the Hall of Fame's a sham. And instead, I was busy with family, and we were having a golden eye video game appreciation night, Roger Moore appreciation night instead. But when I got home and seen what happened at Hall of Fame, it was I'm not. It didn't surprise me a wrestler getting attacked because we live in this culture. The culture today is wild. You know, you've got um, crazy people taking things too far, and um, they don't seem to care for other human beings. And if a decision doesn't go their way or a vote doesn't go their way, they're out in the streets attacking people. And so I wasn't shocked by this. It wasn't like, oh my god, I can't believe that would ever happen. That didn't shock me. I'm surprised that hasn't happened already. Oh yes, I remember Ric Flair used to be on Impact Wrestling after he had his retirement match. Oh, didn't I get my started, Boogie? Didn't I get my started? The whole oh, I all I will say about her nickname Boogie. I, it, I love it. I love her nickname. She's not Zachary. She's not. I like Becky. I thought it was cool seeing her with the Bret Hart shades on in the Hall of Fame. That was cute. But no, she's a beautiful woman. I don't. It just to me, it just screams social justice warrior. It just screams social justice warrior. That's what it screams, and it's then I get me started. It actually puts me off her. I'd probably like her a little bit better if she didn't have that gimmick. It's like, and then Roman Reigns was talking about it. It's like, oh, it's because she's calling herself the man that's breaking boundaries. So what friggin' boundaries is it breaking? I don't. Uh, me. What a big deal to make over gender. Seriously, get a grip. You know what? It shouldn't be what gender you are, what race you are, background stuff. You know who should make it to the top in life? You know who should be main event WrestleMania? And the three women should be main event WrestleMania, but it's not because they're women. It's because they're the most compelling stars in the WWE right now. So I agree with them being the main event. It should be based on talent, and that's it. It shouldn't be based on anything else. It shouldn't be based on anything else. People were asking me who should be the next James Bond. The person most talented to play James Bond should be the next James Bond, and it shouldn't be based on anything else. I know that's an unpopular opinion because we live in a climate where everybody's a winner, must have this, must tick all the PC boxes. To hell with PC. To hell, I'm fed up with political correctness. It's rubbish. So and they do all these things, and the thing is, though, they do all these things with political correctness, right, to help others. I think it makes them worse. I think it makes some people worse. Anyways, so yeah, who mentioned Becky Lynch? Yeah, I just think talent and personality should be judged on that. Like, if you do something wrong in life, You should be judged on your character, not your background, not your religion, not your race, not your anything else, not what your hair's like. You shouldn't be judged for having long hair. You know what I mean? It's like you should just be judged on your character. That should be the most important thing. This here to use, I'm a white, straight-ish guy, right? That's what I look like, and I am, but it's not on the outside that counts. This is not me on the outside. I might look ugly, I might look pretty to some, but it's what's in the inside. We all look the same on the inside. We all shit the same, eat the same, bleed the same, die the same, we're born the same. That's all that should count, is what's on the inside. None of this matters. She does have gorgeous red hair. Oh, hallelujah, we're agreeing, Zachary. She does have beautiful long uh, red hair. And you take care, Boogie. I was in the middle of a ramble there. You take care. I might have to go and get myself a cup of tea. I'm thirsty. All that rambles and rants take it out of me. Another thing why I'm putting my streams away is because more and more there's more and more eggshells you have to walk on online. More and more and more, the more politically correct, more censored we become, and it's so difficult not to crack these eggshells. It really is, because I love. Thank you, Boogie. I appreciate the love. I'm feeling the love. Um, it's becoming harder and harder to stay in, because I love being honest, and to me, we're entering a dangerous climate where facts are becoming racist, are becoming this or that, and to me, that's we're really entering dangerous territory when facts become wrong. We're living in an upside down world right now. No problem at all. You take care, Zachary. I'm going to have a commercial break. I'm thirsty. I'm going to stick on here for maybe half an hour longer. Put up one in the chat if you want me to stay a little more. Let me know. Where the hell's Adriana? She should be in here. Where is she? I've not seen her in my live stream for a while. I speak to her most of the time. Oh, you won't? Oh, well, thank you, Zachary, but I'm just a couple of reasons. One, I don't have 1,000, you know what, so I know I can still do it. I think eventually they'll take that ability away from me altogether. I do believe that's coming. That's why, it seems odd just taking it away for the mobile, and not. I think they will eventually take it away on every device. Yeah, I could be wrong. I think this is where it's heading. So it'll take me years to get 1,000. Took me 9 years to get to 500. So yeah. And the other reason I rewatched my last live stream, and it was just dreadful quality. Dreadful, terrible quality. So I'm there's the pros and cons to going live. There's a lot of cons going live, some pros, but there's a couple of reasons why they're going on the permanent shelf. Thank you very much. That's what I'm going to say, Zachary, actually. If anybody wants me on their panel, anybody wants me on their live stream somehow, somewhere, some way, I'm up for going on people's panels now. I've never been on someone's panel before, so I'm up for that now. I'm really up for that. I've just got this feeling, anyways, Zachary, that they're going to take the ability for me to go live away, anyways. I thought, oh, might as well have one more live stream. It's WrestleMania. There's excitement in there. We can talk about wrestling. We can have an open discussion too, and just chill out one more time. Going for, I will still be making videos when I can be bothered, and going forward, will all be non-live, obviously, and hopefully good. So you've been busy, Zachary, on your channel. Zachary says, I don't offer a live stream much because I'm making 2 to 3 NXT episodes per week. Wow. So that's quite, I'll take up a lot of your time watching the shows and reviewing the shows, right? I'll take up a lot of your time. It's WrestleMania. I've already done my WrestleMania themed videos. Last year, I reviewed and rated every WrestleMania. This year, I done my top 35 WrestleMania matches of all time. I made my WrestleMania 35 predictions. I'll be watching WrestleMania, whether I like it or nay, tonight. 8 hours of my life. I've even agreed to watch the friggin' pre-show. I must have been really drunk when I agreed to that yesterday. As I said to my younger cousin, we can watch the pre-show too if you want. I'm like, why did I say that? Why did I say that? Why am I want to torture myself even more? Oh, this is going to be hard. My next video will be Zachary the Gamer's NXT Live Week 12, Episode 12. Well, look out for that, Zachary. I go through phases where I don't actually watch YouTube so much, and I haven't been in a lot of live streams lately, but I'm going to get around to watching more YouTube again and seeing what's going on, try and get inspired by others. I think what happens sometimes, I see other people's live streams and they're just so much better quality video wise, so much better. And mine just looks like a live stream from the Stone Age. My lives compared to everybody else's. Even my non-live video quality is pretty poor. But I mean, sometimes when you're watching live videos, you can't even make out who it is. It's that blurry. It looks horrendous. And I thought, no, nah. Normally it takes 35 to, that's a commitment, I would say, Zachary. So you're obviously putting in the hard work with it taking 35 to 55 minutes. At least you don't, you seem to put a lot of effort into your videos. Not a lot of people seem to do that around us. So, they're clearly a creator. I have commentary for the whole show. That's fun. That is fun. I'm going to grab myself a cup of tea, Zachary. I know you're leaving. We're going to leave soon, but it's been good seeing you in here, even though we don't agree on a lot of wrestling things sometimes. It's fun having you here. I like the banter. I'll be, for those still watching, I'll be quick. I'll be quick. I'm thirsty. I'll stay a little while longer. Right. Be right back. Be right back. Right, who is here? La 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 la. Three people still watching. God bless you all. Zachary's drunk. You're still here, Zachary. This is still pretty early here in Scotland. So, back from a commercial break. After this tea, I'm done. I'm going to wrap up this final live stream of mine for a couple of reasons. I'm fed up with the potato video camera quality, and I think I could be wrong, of course, but I think it's going to be taken away from me anyways. The ability to go live because I don't have a browser. You know what? So yeah. So a couple of genuine reasons why no more live streams, no more. And one of the reasons is out of my control. So God is freezing. Zachary is uploading. Good to have you still here, Zachary. It's my channel. No. To be fair, I've done a lot of live streams, and I kind of milked it. I've milked the cow dry in regards to live streams. You know, how much more of these can I do where there's not really a topic? So I think it's for the best. It's Motherwell versus Rangers today. Celtic missed the chance of winning the league if Rangers were to lose today. Celtic Football Club. They were held yesterday. What a shame. What a shame. They'll have to win a title another time. Or how about they just lose all their matches? That'd be even better. Very undeserving. It will be. I think I've got a feeling they will win a league, but it will be the absolute easiest eighth title in a row in any real sport competition ever. Zachary's understanding. So yeah, and I'll be concentrating on non-live videos. Obviously, I want to continue this series, but it'll be all non-live, and the video quality will be better. Yeah, I've got two other channels. My original channel, home to 1,000 videos, PMDB videos, it's titled. And then there's the now wrestling themed channel, which I still haven't done much with. Wrestle with Damien, it's been rebranded. Um, in the description of that particular channel, it's about a disgruntled wrestling fan, me playing Damien, reacting to the wrestling world of today. I thought it was it has the potential for a fun concept. I have no idea, Zachary. Not a clue. Not a Scooby Doo. Could be anybody. Could be Santa Claus. Maybe Jesus is watching. I don't know, Zachary. No, I wish. See, they have this thing on other video platforms where it tells you who's watching you. I don't know why YouTube doesn't have that feature, but it is what it is. So I have no idea. Could be someone that was here earlier, Zachary in the chat earlier, and is just listening now or lurking. I do that sometimes. I go into people's live streams and I'll say hello, how are you doing? And then sometimes I'll just have them on in the background. So sometimes I'm not too busy in people's live streams. So I wish I could tell you. Not a clue. Yeah, it's definitely tea time. It's absolutely freezing here in Scotland. So I'm open. It's an open discussion. Talk about fake fights still if you want, or I'm open to discuss anything we can get away with on here. Have you tried add honey before? No, I haven't. Am I missing out, Zachary? Are you a tea drinker, or perhaps are you a coffee drinker? Or maybe you don't drink caffeine at all. I've not added honey to it before, no. It's very basic. It's just milk in here. She's still beautiful. Still beautiful. I have a feeling she might be a reptile, but she's still beautiful. What am I talking about? Um, let's have a look on Twitter, shall we, since it's quiet. So they're still talking about the Hall of Fame and this G1 Supercard, which I believe is wrestling related to Enzo and Cass invaded or something. Oh, what a shame. They've been overshadowed this weekend. What a shame, eh? I can't be bothered with Enzo. Bugs me. Character bugs me. Now, there was an incident. Now, when that fan that invaded and tackled Bret Hart, and then Ronda Rousey's husband got on top of him with Shane McMahon, and the Big Show was there, and New Day were all it was a carry on, and then got him out the ring. And then I think there was a wrestler by the name of Dash Wilder that really got a punch into the guy. Um, Now, to me, I'm just going to say it now. To me, it was very wrong. It should never happen. Bret Hart being tackled like he did. That's wrong. But to me, um, what happened afterwards was arguably just as, if not worse than what happened to Bret Hart. In my opinion, violence doesn't solve violence. And to me, everybody involved, apart from the ones that were legit taking the guy off Bret Hart, Bret Hart, he's 62 years old, had a stroke, had survivor of cancer recently. The guy's getting him off Bret Hart. I agree with, but everything that happened afterwards when the situation was fixed, I think I don't think violence solves violence, and fans were wanting him to get an ass whooping backstage. But what's that? To me, violence doesn't solve violence, and everybody involved following when the incident was fixed, everyone involved after that, to me, is just as bad as each other. Let's see. That's all right, Jenna. Jenna's here. It's maybe Jenna was number 2, Zachary. And I hate to tell you, Jenna says I'm flipping back and forth 2 streams. My cats all as well. Poor thing. Oh no, they're ill. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Yeah, you enjoy the wrestling tonight. Enjoy WrestleMania. You seem to have enjoyed NXT yesterday, so I hope you have a good time with the wrestling tonight. Thank you very much for that, Zachary. We didn't need to do that, but I appreciate that. If you generally enjoy these videos, feel free to binge watch them, share them, and like if you generally like this. Jenna will be right back. No doubt in a non-live video in the future, I'll share my opinion on WrestleMania 35, how bad it was, how good it was. I was going to say it might be the greatest WrestleMania of all time, but we all know that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Like, if it does end, no, it's not going to happen. It's definitely not going to happen. WrestleMania. I'm enjoying my tea. But you have a good time tonight, today. Still pretty late for you. And opposite down, it was a good show. I still have passion for wrestling deep down. Obviously want it to be a good show too because I'll be watching it. And hopefully they deliver. We shall see. We shall see. So they're still talking about the Bret Hart situation on Twitter. Um, I'm so out of touch with wrestling in general. I've no idea what this G1 supercard is. Not Scooby Doo. But it's WrestleMania Day, the very fifth installment of WWE's longest running event. WrestleMania has had its fair share of moments over the years. Even when the wrestling climate hasn't been so great, it's been times where it's produced some memorable moments. From the iconic WrestleMania 3 to the greatest wrestling pay-per-view of all time, WrestleMania 17, from Warrior and Hogan to Hogan and The Rock, and there's been some big time iconic wrestling moments at the show of shows, the granddaddy of them all. Now I've done various videos on WrestleMania this year and specifically last year, talked about it to death basically. There's not really much more to discuss. I've been to one. I haven't missed a WrestleMania live in a long time, since 2000. Even if I had technical issues with 2008's edition, but each year since 2000 I've went out, or since 2001 when I watched WrestleMania 17 live. Each year since then I've went out of my way to watch WrestleMania live. Despite the last few years where I've been drifting away from wrestling, I think it sucks. And but when WrestleMania season creeps around, the inner wrestling fan that's still inside of me comes out. It'll be a good, I watch it with my cousins sometimes, some years, and it's good. It's good banter. It's good, regardless of how bad the show is. It's good. It's fun watching it with company. I've done it a few times, watching these shows with company the last few years, and it's good banter. I think it's actually 5 years to this day since the streak was over, the Undertaker's winning streak. I'm pretty sure it's 5 years to this day that the streak came crashing down. Third F5, Undertaker 1, 2, 3 was done, and the Undertaker's not. He's not got a scheduled match or even an unscheduled match for this year's WrestleMania. He's been saved for the Saudi Arabia show in May, apparently. So this will be the first time since 2000 that there will be no Undertaker at the show. He's such a featurette on WrestleMania over the decades now. WrestleMania 7, he's only missed WrestleMania 10 and WrestleMania 2000. So it'll be Undertaker-less WrestleMania. At the moment, it's going to be a John Cena free Mania 2, but I've made a prediction in my WrestleMania 35 predictions video that John Cena will be the real challenger to Kurt Angle. I'll be Kurt Angle's real opponent, is my opinion. There's rumors that my beloved Stone Cold Steve Austin will be there, Hulk Hogan, We shall see. Hulk Hogan put WrestleMania on the map. Austin saved the World Wrestling Federation and was a part of some of the most iconic, best WrestleMania moments ever. So doesn't never feels complete the WrestleMania without Austin or without Hogan. So it'd be great to see them both if they're both on tonight. The Hall of Fame looked packed with legends: Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels, D-Generation X, the Honky Tonk Man, Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Hogan was there. Seemed to have a number of legends in attendance from wrestling's past. Demolition's still not in the Hall of Fame. I don't know what all that's about. The greatest wrestling tag team ever, still not in the Hall of Fame. Whatever. Stacy Keibler was there, I believe. Now that's exciting. Stacy Keibler is the hottest woman in wrestling ever, and she was there inducting Tori Wilson into the Hall of Fame yesterday. So that would have been a nice surprise for fans. Totally spoiled. I'm sure she's still friggin' gorgeous. Oh, me. Oh, I really had a big time crush on Stacy Keibler. She couldn't wrestle, but she was absolutely gorgeous. Sometimes in life, all you need is looks to get on. I've not been blessed with that, but it is what it is. I need to shave, I think, quite badly. So these red marks on my face. Well. No doubt Dave the Mark Meltzer will be watching this G1. Let's have a look to see what. I've not a clue what this G1 supercard is. Let's click on it and see what's going on here. It's a Japanese show. We've got Brian Alvarez, who, from watching the Vince Russo podcast, Castrating the Marks, I've heard his name mentioned a few times. He's a wrestling reviewer. His top tweet is, "They tried to kill each other. Thank God they failed." That's apparently great wrestling these days. Is the more dangerous moves you do, the better the match. Ryan San says, "I turned around during Okada's entrance, and I think he says there, was hovering over my," or he's mentioned talking about a wrestler, "was hovering over my shoulder. At first it was terrifying, but then I realized he was just filming." I have no idea what this guy's talking about. I have no clue, so I'm so out of touch. For this wrestling climb. I've not got a clue what Ryan San's talking about. Anybody back? Let's see. This is quite funny. This. So basically what a lot of these wrestling experts are saying, the more dangerous moves you do, regardless of the psychology in the match, as long as you're doing these dangerous moves that don't kill you in the wrestling fake fight match. Oh, God. Basically, to me, as an old school fan, if you're doing all these crazy bumps, flippy flip flop moves, and you're going out there nearly killing each other, You don't know how to wrestle. You don't know how to work. You don't know how to work. Um, and NJPW Global says, that's all from us tonight. As the clock strikes midnight in New York City, it's time for us to say goodnight as well. Stay tuned to NJPW social media to get all the updates and reactions from tonight's incredible G1 Supercard. Very good. Then we've got Ring of Honor Wrestling. Never watched it. Apparently had or something to do with this G1 Supercard in Madison Square Garden. Got some wrestling marks taking selfies. I'm so out of touch with today's wrestling landscape. So I have no idea who half of these. If you're outside the WWE, I've not got a clue who you are. And I hardly watch WWE. I'll be wrapping things up soon. Since it's all so quiet, I'll react to more on Twitter. It's all very wrestling themed on Twitter right now. With the WWE Hall of Fame taking place last night. And this G1 Supercard, which I had no clue about until today. It's all happening. It's all happening. So much excitement in the air. I'll leave us on for another 10 minutes and I'll wrap up this live stream. Let's have a look at more goings on Twitter. See, I watched one of these New Japan matches that the Mark Meltzer raves about, all these apparent 6-star, 5-star, 7-star matches. I didn't think it was that great. I was trying to be honest with these matches. There was the one I watched, I think it was Kenny Omega versus Okada, and I thought it was a 3-star match at best. There was no psychology in the match. None of the moves meant anything. They were killing each other in the ring. To me, that's not great wrestling. To me, the best wrestlers are like Bret Hart, that do these moves that look like they're dangerous, but no one gets hurt in the match. No one gets hurt in the match. To me, that's great wrestling. To me, if you're actually getting hurt in the wrestling ring, you don't know how to work. You don't know how to work. Jake Roberts, Bret Hart, those are the real great workers. I think this would be looking at what's been going on in this wrestling show last night in Madison Square Garden, this New Japan event. It just looks like my idea of hell. I'll stick to WWE. Sunday morning. Manchester Marathon's on today. I don't know what's more boring, watching people run round in circles or watching cars go around in a track. I don't know what's worse. I'm gonna scroll down my Twitter feed, seeing if there's anything I can react to. It's getting more and more difficult what I'm allowed to react to these days. Well, most of the people that follow me or I follow are all Trump supporters. A few wrestling legends like Jake Roberts too follow him. He apparently goes live on Facebook from time to time. He's got great psychology and he's always got funny stories, Jake. Exactly. Someone wrote here, your personality makes you beautiful. Absolutely. Amen. Nothing else should matter. People should be judged on the character they are inside. Nothing else should matter. The moment we get rid of labels, the better. But the left, the radical left, I call them, are seem so obsessed with labeling this, labeling that. We're all the same human race. There's nobody actually that's royal. There's no money's not real. Money's an illusion. Number one, there's no royalty. We're all the friggin' same. We're all one human race. That's it. There's nobody's. We're all exactly the same. And I just feel the moment we get rid of labels, the better. Because basically, if you go and attack someone physically or mentally, you're actually just attacking yourself because we're all just one. We're all just one wave, and nobody's special, and nobody's better than anybody else. We're all just one. Escape the Matrix. The TV's a trance. God, I heard Britain's Got Talent was back last night in the UK airwaves. Oh, I've been backstage to the X Factor before. I wasn't performing, but I've been backstage. I've seen how fake it was. That was 9 years ago almost. I can only imagine how fake, how staged these reality shows are now. Britain's Got Talent, load of rubbish. When I heard that was back on, I was like, oh my god, get me out of here. I'm a human being, get me out of this trance. To me, feel like I escaped the Matrix by default years ago. With my depression, which looking back was probably started by the trance, the Matrix, looking back amongst other things. But when you start connecting the dots, it all kind of goes back to this idea of this trance we're in. And there's a lot of people that suffer mental health problems now and can sort of, in my opinion anyway, can sort of track it back. I'm scared to talk about it, actually. I'm scared to talk about it. I guess it would be a conspiracy theory, but I don't think it's. I hardly watch TV these days. I rarely play games. I'm not saying to never watch TV or play games again. They are fun, but I think I generally care about human beings, and I think when people start binge watching and getting addicted to games, it's not good for anybody. I would just say to the younger generation, never get obsessed with things. Never get addicted to pop culture because I don't think when all you consume is pop culture and television and fake news, propaganda, because that's what it is. It's not good for you. Get out. It's a nice big world out there, beautiful world. See, the world's beautiful. I hate when people say it's a rotten world. The world's beautiful. It's just some people in this world that try and control this world make it the shits. The world's actually beautiful, fantastic world. It just, there is evil. Evil exists, and evil out there always will be. I think in this stage of life, anyways, there'll always be evil. But if you rise above that and really see what's out there, escape the matrix, escape the trance, life can be amazing, and should be amazing for everybody. There should be no such thing as a lot of problems we face today, but um, just really sad. But a handful of humans are doing. Evil does unfortunately exist, but can't say. Feel like more and more online with the censorship going on. Um, can't really say much about anything, but in real life, offline, I'm going to do my bit to try and awaken more and more. Because I've been awoken by default years ago. Then it was this year a light bulb went off in my head. So that's how I got depressed. That's where it all stemmed from, and I was furious when I found out. I could be wrong, of course. I'll be the first one to admit if I'm wrong about all this. I could be wrong, but um, like if I become a dad someday, um, my kids won't be watching much television or playing. They won't be playing video games all night. Um, I'll be watching what they're getting taught at the school because we still have to put them through school. There's no escaping that. But I'd be listening, watching everything they're being taught at school, and making sure they're, you know, and not everything at school's to educate you. It seems. I always hated school, and looking back, there's a number of reasons why I probably hated school because I could see through it. It's bullshit. Oh, this whole running this into the ground, 9 to 5 jobs, and then coming home to watch television or YouTube these days, or playing games, and then back to your 9 to 5 job the next day, or it's all unnatural. I don't believe, and even before I started thinking like this, I've always thought it's unnatural for human beings to be sitting on a couch watching a screen play pictures. I've always thought, even years ago, before I started watching TV as much, I've always thought it's so unnatural for us to be doing. There's much more to life. There is much more to life, and we should be out having a life more and more. But anyways, rambling on since it's quiet. This is going to be my last live stream. It's been a bit of a wrestle ramble, and I mean I could be wrong about some things. I'll be the first to admit. I love being like when Zachary was in, and we were having. I had to agree to disagree with him on a few things he was saying about today's wrestling climate. I'm always going to be honest. And the moment we start being untruthful is a dangerous territory, I think. I'm going to wrap this stream up. Let's see. Let's have a quick look at Twitter. If there's anything exciting to react to. I don't think there is. I'd recommend this guy I've started watching. I've been binge watching this guy. There's me talking about don't binge watching. I've been binge watching this guy, but this guy's really intelligent, I think. And very clever. I think he pronounced his name David Icke. I think he's really good. I agree with him about the Royals. Totally agree with him on the Royals. David Icke's his name. And I think he's a very intelligent man. He's funny as well. He's funny with it. He's funny with there's some serious things he talks about, but he's pretty funny as well. And I mean, he's not. Somebody asked me, "Is he pro-Trump?" No. He's not. He's not. He's not pro-Trump. He's not. Certainly not pro-Hillary Clinton. He doesn't like any politicians, so he's not in the left or the right. He doesn't like any of them. But I may disagree with him on Trump, but other things he talks about, I really agree with him on, and I think he's a very insightful man I've discovered lately. He's once on the Alex Jones show too. Hey, hello, you back? I might have to stick around then if you're back, Jenna. So I'd recommend David Icke's his name. He has a YouTube channel on here. Highly recommend him. Jenna would agree with David Icke. She says they're all scamming us all. But I would recommend this David guy. He's a very intelligent man, knows a lot about things, and I think he's really dead on a lot of topics. And I absolutely agree with him on the Royals. Absolutely agree with him. 100%. I was never a Royalist. Even as a kid, I'm like, why am I being forced to bow down to a queen? I just never got the whole royal thing. And I just get embarrassed with them, to be honest. Where the taxpayers are paying for them to live in mansions while there's homeless still in our streets. No, that really friggin' annoys me. Really annoys me. There are still royals in this day and age, but I mean, I believe we could fix people being starving and homeless like that, but the people, I just believe we could, and it's quite disgusting with, how things are, let's just say. Jenna says, you gotta laugh, our councillor in our area, his car was shot at as somebody tried to break into his home. Go figure, I wonder why, because he's being saying, oh, this seems to be quite wild happenings in Canada, Jenna. Yeah. The UK national anthem is God Save the Queen. I sometimes sing along to it sarcastically when England Football Club are playing because I support England Football Club now. And but God Save the Queen. I just and then last year they had their wedding over here. Harry got married, but the homeless were in the way of this wedding, and they actually moved them out the way to have this wedding. I wondered, I thought maybe, um, yeah, that happened. I'd recommend this David Icke. I'll type in his name. I think you'll like him, Jenna. He agrees. I disagree with him on some things, but you might like him. Very interesting. That's his name. You might like his videos are very long, though, but you might like him. And I agree with him on the Royals. Um, I agree with him on the celebrity culture. It's all nonsense. Hollywood, it's garbage. You know what really bugs me about Hollywood is they throw all this money into film. Now, don't get me wrong. I love being a career. I'd love to perform. I'd love to be the ability to be a musician. But why are we throwing all this money into making films, right? When we could be using it. I mean, the movies really need all this money to be made. They really need all this money. When I hear about a Batman film or a James Bond film and it's cost all this millions to be made, I feel sick. I feel sick inside that they spend all this money on films just to make money. Hey, Tony, welcome. And I'm a firm believer they could fix the problems in this world like that. I really do. Jenna says I'm a very open-minded, but the thing is that I agree with the homeless situation. I'm on a disability myself. All politicians, councillors, etc. They're only in it for money and the power. Jenna says. How you doing today, Tony? Jenna's waving. So stay on here a little bit longer. But my fleece buddy, I just feel like the problems in this world could be solved. And I've always, even when I was younger, I always used to kind of roll my eyes at how much money they would spend on making a damn movie. I enjoy movies. The Joker film looks good. I'll go and see it. I would want to be involved in movies myself, actually. I think acting would be fun. Performance fun. This is supposed to be fun, but like, do we really need to spend all that money on movies? And there's so many movies released all the time. I mean, the priorities set. We've got all our priorities wrong. Yeah, what? Jenna's having a joke. Oh, Jenna, you surprise me sometimes. You're funny. Where's my fleece? It's lost. It's somewhere. It's not. It's not actually lost. I was being dramatic there, saying it was lost. I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna wrap up this stream soon, boys and girls. Whoever's watching still. But this will be my final live stream for a couple of reasons. I think the video quality sucks. I'm fed up of watching my video replays, and it looks like I'm recording this live on a potato web camera. It looks terrible. Plus, I could be wrong about this. I think eventually they'll take away my ability to go live since I've not got the 1,000 subscribers. Um, so I think eventually they'll take away my ability to go live. So might as well do one more live stream, say what's happening and what will be happening going forward. Sounds too complicated, Streamlabs. Plus, I don't have a fancy phone either. I haven't had Jenna, you're funny. God bless you. Um, yeah, I haven't had a smartphone in years. I'm never going to get a smartphone again. I quite like when this laptop is closed and the TV's usually off in my household, but I quite enjoy being away from the trance when I'll probably never get a smartphone again. Tony says to Jenna, Jenny Lee and Lady got back to me. She is safe. So you must go into similar live streams then. Oh, really? I wasn't aware that Texas was getting hit with tornadoes. I used to have family that lived there too. They've moved since. I wasn't aware of that. As, I'm lucky being living in here in Scotland. We don't get severe weather like used to in America or Canada for that matter. Uh, you always feel kind of helpless at times like this. None of us can do much against the weather. but I feel blessed living here. There's not much wild weather here. Surrounded by, well, it doesn't get any better for you or either then, Tony. Surrounded by wildfires. So I feel blessed living where I am. I don't get any of this. Um, People moan about the weather over here. I don't know. That bugs me as well. They moan about the weather over here. It's too cold, or it's raining. It's going to ruin my look going shopping. Uh, we are blessed living in Scotland and England, weather-wise. Well, Jenna, I'm going to have to agree to disagree with you. I don't think climate change is real. I feel like we've always had around the world bad weather, and I'm of the opinion that I think climate change is made up. That's my opinion. I have to agree to disagree with you. In my opinion, it's not real. It's a made up thing. Yes, of course, there's bad weather everywhere, but I do believe the climate change thing is a hoax. My opinion. I could be wrong, but I think they're fear mongering people. I don't think it's a real, like when there's apparently the world's going to end in 2030. Apparently, it's not going to end. It's not. We're all going to be fine. 5G is what I fear. 5G is what I really fear. But as for climate change, I don't think it's real. I think wrestling's more real. I could be wrong. I'll be the first to admit, Jenna, if I'm wrong. I think WWE, fake fights, WrestleMania is more real than climate change. Is it not called global warming or global cooling before nothing happened? I'm not saying it. But I think it's been really bad weather before, years and years ago. And it's just I think they're fear mongering us. Is my opinion. I think there's always been bad weather. But I could be wrong. I'll be the first to say if it's real. Then I just think it's part of the illusion. Um, I'm thirsty for a cup of tea now. Hmm. Are you having fun? Are you enjoying? Jen, are you enjoying yourself in here? Let me know. I might. You know what, guys, ladies and gents, I'm going to have one more cup of tea. I'll be right back, and we can chat some more. Open discussion. Sometimes I've been agreeing and disagreeing with a lot of people tonight, which is great. I love it's. I think it's very good for us to have difference of opinion sometimes. Hey, tis Lisa. Welcome. Congratulations on the 2,000 subscribers, by the way. I'm sure I've seen a video of yours saying you had reached that milestone. Congratulations. I'm going to be right back, Lisa. I understand if people go away. I'm going to get myself one more cup of tea and we can have more of a chit chat. Yeah, it's pretty good. See, I was saying earlier when I was talking to myself, Tony, it's not what's on the outside. It's not your race. It's not your gender. It's not who you want to sleep with. It's not any of this that defines you. It's what's in here that defines us all. And we're all one. We're all the same. We'll all shit the same, eat the same, bleed the same, die the same. The moment we get rid of labels, the better. The moment we get rid of labels, the better. Thank you, Lisa. Just for you, Jenna, just for you, I found it. Not lost. I always have the fleece bond. We might have to agree to disagree on climate change, but we'll always have that fleece and cat bond. Let's see. I'm waiting for the kettle to boil, so be gone again. Good to see Jenna still here. Oh, I'm not sorry. I think I'm turning the negative of this new rule, Lisa, into a positive because I think my live streams are garbage video quality. So I'm using this as an excuse not to do them. So unsubscribe now, and I'll never have to go live ever again. Please unsubscribe. That's why I always say we are more family than people know. Amen, Tony, to that. I think we definitely have the same psychology there. We're all one. We're all one. That's why racism is such nonsense, because we're all the friggin' same underneath. All this royalty's nonsense. There's nobody better than you. We're all the friggin' same. Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations to Lisa. Can you still premiere? I'm not sure. I've only done 2 premieres before. I'll still be able to do non-live videos. Maybe it'll take that ability away too. Who knows? But I can still do non-live videos, which is what I do prefer, actually. Right, be right back, ladies and gents. Good to have you all in here. I'll stay another 20 minutes or so. I'm going to have a sandwich if you don't mind too. Going to be eating. Going to be something I don't even like doing, eating on camera. I'm hungry. Let's see. So Tony says the only barriers we have are the ones the hairs put on us all, Tony says. Tis Lisa says, I think you can premiere, buddy, and people will still come in to your YouTube and chat, but you would have to type in, yes, that's all right. You know, right now, technically, I can still go live because I've got this laptop. I don't have a smartphone. I haven't had one in years. Will never get one again. I love escaping the trance from the more I can, you know. Anyways, I just think the video quality on my laptop is absolutely abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. What date does what end? You're referring to the restrictions on mobile users that have less than 1,000 fans. It's already happened, it's already in effect. I would not be able to do this if I just had a fancy smartphone. No, I never need to apologize, Jenna. Welcome back. So since I'm but I'm lucky. I've got this laptop. I can technically still go live, but I think this web camera is like the potato camera. It looks terrible. It looks absolutely awful in my live stream. So I thought I'd do, and I think it's gonna. I could be wrong about this. I could be wrong, but I think eventually they'll start saying no to people using the web camera too. I've got less than 1,000. So eventually it will happen. Hello, Jenna's dad. How's your family doing, Jenna? I hope the cats feel better ASAP. So yeah, it's as a business point of view, I don't understand what YouTube are doing with a lot of these new rules. I don't get. I really don't get. Scream in the dark like me and just share it. Tis Lisa, I think you should appear in camera more. Never mind this in the dark. I'm checking my sandwiches to see if I've got any what I call rabbit food. I'm allergic to healthy food. I'm allergic to lettuce, anything green. I need meat. I'll never be a vegan or a vegetarian. If people want to be vegans and vegetarian, that's good for them, but don't force me to be one. To me, I believe human beings should all be eating meat. My opinion. There's no rabbit food in these sandwiches. Thank goodness. Thank the Lord. I don't have to take any lettuce out. Or rabbits. Rabbit food. I always get on to my friend Adriana. She's sometimes says to me, "Oh, she's having a lettuce for her lunch." I said, "No, you need something else. You need something else. It's for rabbits. Lettuce." Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. As I say, Lisa, nothing against vegetarians, vegans. If you want to be that, go knock yourself. Very good for you. Fantastic. But I'd miss my hunter's chicken far too much. I'd be friggin' miserable. I'd be even if you took meat away from me, I'd be even more miserable than I already am. So yeah. Jenna says Cat is still under the weather. Well, it seems like you're going through a rough time right now, Jenna, and I hope you wish you well, Jenna, and your family, all the cats, and everybody feels better ASAP. Rib Tickler, hello. Not seen you for a while. There is no up, upstream plan. There'll just be non-live videos going forward for a couple of reasons. One reason I think I could be wrong about this, but I think YouTube will take away the ability for people like me to go live because I'm under the 1,000 mark. And also, if we're all being honest, this is potato quality video. This is not good quality. So, a couple of reasons why I'm putting the live streams on the shelf, permanent shelf. I love Les Jenna, and climate change is real. Did I mention I'm quite sarcastic sometimes? Did I mention I'm quite sarcastic sometimes? I don't like eating in front of you. I don't like watching people eat, but I'm hungry, really hungry right now. I've never. I could have tried that actually, Tony. But I think this will be great. This is going to be the start of my rebranding for this channel. I think you lot deserve better than the rubbish I've produced lately, or most of my time on here. Actually, I've got a terrible video series. So going forward, I'm going to try and challenge myself to produce better content. There's a reason why I haven't got many fans is because my video series is the shits. Let's be honest. Lisa, I love you. I love you. I'm not great. I've been doing this nearly 9 years, Lisa. This is my 1429th video, and I've just recently made it over 700. That's not great. That's quite pathetic. Am I still allowed to criticize myself, or is that politically incorrect too these days? Maybe I'm not allowed to criticize myself, but as for YouTube, it doesn't get more pathetic than me on here. Let's be honest. Yes, you little, oh my god, was that your chair? What's this? What? I should have. Thank you very much, Rib Tickler. I was going to shave it off too, but yes, I appreciate the compliments. I take them. Whenever you get a compliment, folks, take them because there's so many people out there ready to knock you down, knock you off your perk. So take all the compliments you can get in life. I do. I do. I write them down. So staying here at least another 10 minutes. So I hope you are having fun. I've been talking about a range of things from fake fights to climate change and my psychology on life in general. It's been quite a random stream. Well, I've been on this long-haired journey for the last 2 years now. Did it? Did my chair make noises? And I used to have always the most basic of haircuts for 28 years, and I always fancied being like Shawn Michaels. I wanted to go on a long-haired journey. And since a lot of us bald and balding, hey, Red, Kryptonite, um, now I feel like now is the time. If I want long hair in my life, now's the time. Hmm. Sounds like Tony's got a nice long ponytail. Nice one. So I'm with you. I'm in the long haired club right now. I've got the RVD length right now. He's a wrestler. I've got his hairstyle right now. Me and my fleece fetish. Me and my long haired fetish is totally out of control. Me and my kinks. Oh me. Now, as for long hair and other people, I do prefer women with long hair, but then again, I've got this Miley mug because I think she's absolutely beautiful, and look at her hair, or what it used to be like. I think it's long again now. No pigtails. I'd feel a bit silly with pigtails, but I like long hair right now. It's nice. I'm good. How are you today, Red Kryptonite? Hmm. I quite like the. It looks good when it's down, but I quite like the tied up look too. I've always liked the ponytail look. Some people hate long hair. Some people are long hair phobic, and they want that ponytail gone. I'm sure. Like the moment my hair started getting longer around here, my town, anyways. Like I get such funny looks. Like they look at me like I'm an alien. Like I've got three heads when I've got long hair here. Like I might I might as well be wearing my favorite red hat, my favorite red political hat. I might as well be wearing that one out because the looks you get for having long hair here, anyways. I don't know what is the case with you, Tony. Do you get funny looks? There was one funny story. Um, Now when I'm shaved, I can, and I don't mind this because when I was identified as gay, I did prefer the feminine looking ones. And when shaved and my hair's done, I can look quite feminine. And I was out in the toilets one time, and there was a drunk guy came in, and I think for a split second, he seen me there, and he thought he was in the wrong. He thought he was in the ladies. So that kind of amused me. I kind of made me chuckle. So with the long hair, I can pass off the feminine look when I'm shaved and all that. And it's just quite funny. Some people like you know, I just remember smiling to myself, thinking, "Oh, I can pass off. I can look like a lady. Very good. Good to know. Good to know." You know what I would be wearing if I dressed up as a woman one time? I'd have a fur coat on. Okay, you know exactly what my style would be. Um, Pop couple, hello. If I was with you, Tony, I could braid your hair. Jenna wants your locks, Tony. Tony says, "Yeah, I do get funny looks. I have long hair, goatee, and tattoos." Oh my God, Tony! You must think you've got about eight heads on you. There's people that are long hair phobic, they're goatee phobic, and tattoo phobic out there. So they must love, they must absolutely love you, Tony. Plus, nice bows. I'm like Jenna. I like long hair. I do like long hair on myself at the moment and on others. But then again, I love my Miley Cyrus, and look at her. We would never agree on anything, Miley, politically wise, but you are still, without a shadow of a doubt, the most beautiful woman on this planet, in my opinion. In my opinion, Miss Cyrus or Mrs. Cyrus. I'm talking to a mug on YouTube. I need a padded cell. I really need a padded cell. Long overdue. I'm bonkers. I'm completely bonkers. You take care, Red Kryptonite. I appreciate you popping in. They say keep it real and keep it. How you doing today, Pop Couple? Good to see you in here again. You rock it, Tony. Be you, Jenna says. So if you always liked the long hair, Jenna, and I totally agree with Jenna, we had a disagreement on climate change earlier on, but most things me and Jenna agree on, like this true individual thing. Totally agree for that. Yeah, it must be very late for you Americans, you Canadians. It's morning here in Scotland. I'm up. It's WrestleMania, so exciting. I'll be watching that later on. Even though I think wrestling today is terrible, my inner wrestling fan creeps out sometimes when it's WrestleMania season. So that's my excitement for tonight, today. Mm. So has everybody had a good Saturday night? Ha! Thank you very much, Hugo. Welcome. Good morning. So going forward, after this live stream, all be non-live videos, obviously, for the two reasons I've talked about in the video. I won't harp on them again. But I'm going to challenge myself to really produce the goods. So I think you deserve much better than what you have been given from me overall. So I'm going to challenge myself to produce the best content I've ever made. We'll just take it video by video, day by day. We'll see what happens. But um, I've, the live streams, done them 12 months in a row. The lazy live streams, I call them. I'm done, finished, kaput. Oh, it's free. I should have. Why am I not wearing my fleece? Why am I not in my fleece? Have a great night, PMDB. Hey, you take care, Pop Couple. And appreciate you. Can't resist this. I appreciate you popping in. I also try to remember my part of my hetred. I can't pronounce words as usual. I'm part Native American. Another reason why I keep my long hair, Tony says. Yeah, feel free to DM me if you follow me on Twitter. I don't mind that. I'm quite, you know. Okay, Lisa. Um, my long hair thing. Always loved Shawn Michaels. When I grew up, I wanted to look like him, be with him probably too. um, and well, I guess I'm doing the Shawn Michaels long hair journey now, midlife crisis. God, he was really hot back then. Shawn, he was a very good looking wrestler, Shawn Michaels. That luscious locks he used to have. I was absolutely devastated when he done a Stone Cold Steve Austin and then went and to me, um, I don't think he suits the short hair look, in my opinion. Some people like beautiful bald men like Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock can pull it off, but I don't think Shawn Michaels can. I don't think Triple H can either. Well, you'll still be able to see my face and voice. It'll just be non live. I'll stick around here another 10 minutes or so, then I'll wrap this particular stream up. It's been fun. We've debated, discussed quite a number of topics in this WrestleMania day. I told you I'm learning the song from the last of. I can't remember you saying that. Hey, Scotsman in Asia. I've seen you around, probably in Lisa's streams too. I've seen you in other live streams as well. Welcome. Nice to see another jock. If you're new to my live streams, lazy live streams, video series in general, God bless you, number one. Number two, I'd recommend checking out both of my channel trailers. On this channel, you're watching PMDB Entertainment, and my original channel, which is titled PMDB Videos. Check out those trailers, and I'll give you a taste of what to expect on here. I feel like it's like a Tiz Lisa raid, sort of. Daniel, Duran, welcome. Mini Cooper, Trooper, vlogs, live stream, and more. I like that. Just to let you know, why are you quitting stream? A couple of reasons. I have harped on about them earlier on, but since there's new people in here, a couple of reasons. The video quality is dreadful, in my opinion. It's like a potato web camera, my live streams. And two, I think eventually, I could be wrong about this, but I think eventually they'll take away the ability for very small YouTubers like myself that are under the 1,000th mark. They'll take away my ability to go live eventually. So might as well do one more live stream and then walk into the sunset, so to speak. Aberdeen, unfortunately, a Scotsman in Asia. Lovely place. Hello, how's it going, everybody? Knight says, hey, anybody? No problems. Chat's getting busy, for me anyways. He says, Mini Cooper says, hey, Tiz Lisa, I saw your video and commented on it. I know, it's getting a Tiz like Lisa raid, it seems. The Grey, I'm a Rangers fan, so yeah, it's tough for me being a Rangers fan living here, let's just say. I appreciate if you generally enjoy these videos, smash that like button. Very much appreciate that. So Lisa, since when is your next live stream? Also, if people do Aberdeen, remember it's exactly what it is. I can't disagree with that. I live here, but it is Aberdeen, and I'm a Rangers fan, so yes, I don't really fit in here. I'm pretty good, Daniel. How are you? Well, that's true, I suppose. That's true. A Scotsman in Asia. That's pretty true. I'm not liberal, and I'm a Rangers fan. It is really tough for me here. Feel for me here, because I'm not liberal, and I'm a Rangers fan. Also, are you live right now then, Lisa? I appreciate that, Tony, a fellow long-haired dude. Looking at time here, Rangers will be on soon, actually. Well, a couple of hours. Motherwell versus Rangers today, as well as WrestleMania. Can't forget the fake fight event of the year. And it's been a range of topics discussed, fake fights, and I was talking about the Bret Hart incident yesterday, and all sorts of other things. We're talking about long hair for a change. No, just made a quick. I appreciate that, Lisa. I didn't need to do that. I'm gonna have to check that out after this. You think? Yeah, probably. I mean, Scott Brown, he goes down quite easily, but I'm getting, I think Kent should have definitely been sent off and being neutral. I think Scott Brown should have also been sent off. And I'm fed up with Morales. He's 23 years old. He still acts like a baby on the pitch sometimes. He's improved, but he still gets sending offs after sending offs, and I'm getting a bit sick, fed up of him too. And I'm trying to be neutral here. but I think Scott Brown wasn't helping things last weekend. Scotsmen in Asia. So who do you support out of curiosity? If you do support a team here in Scotland, do you think? Oh, I've read that one. Oh, okay, Lisa. Haha, no problems. Don't worry about special. Only a few seconds long. Hey, I like that. I feel appreciated. I'll stay on here a little bit longer, ladies and gentlemen. So you're a Celtic fan. Well, um, um, I love Celtic Football Club. No, I'm being really sarcastic there. No, um, I just, as a neutral, I did think there should have been a few more sending offs last week from Rangers side and Celtic side, and I think Kent definitely should have been sent off. But then I think Scott Brown, who's supposed to be really tough, he falls over quite easily. He should be in the wrestling ring, Scott Brown. He's quite good at falling over. MVW, hello. And I'm not quitting everything. Just the live streams are going to be on the shelf, MVW, for a couple of reasons I've mentioned earlier on. Lisa wants me to stay. We shall see. I love the banter between Rangers, Celtic, and Aberdeen. I think every football team has their bad set of supporters. Um, and But I love the banter between the three teams. I would change the rules. I just think not just the falling over incident. I think he was antagonizing them, and um, I don't know. But then a lot of Rangers players weren't. I wasn't particularly proud of them either. A number of them last Sunday. Let's see. I just popped. Hey, how you doing anyway, MVW? I actually used to work in oil and gas up here for a company named Perifac, but not anymore. Not anymore. You need a job. MVW says, "Honey Tony, sorry for not being with you too." Daniel says, "Yes, me too." Tis Lisa says, "Back, just replying to comments to tell them to get link in the description." Lisa, I appreciate all this. I've been kind of out of touch with watching people myself on here, so I'm going to try and watch more going forward. That's really funny you mentioned Perifac. That's where I worked for. I worked for there. I worked for Perifac. It's funny you mention it. It's funny you mention them. That's where I used to work. Until my face started not fit there anymore. And I was gone, let's just say. I love Perifac. I love them. No, hey Trans Jedi, nice name. I was gonna. What's wrong? What's worse? MVW. You do commissioning. I was just a accounts assistant. Nothing too special. I've never had a great job. I will say. I've got some support from Ireland. Nice one. More people. Apparently, I sound Irish. No one says I sound Scottish. You work for Woody's and PSN. Um, it's not easy, buddy. Especially the bigger you grow, the harder it gets to get around everyone. But we do what we absolutely. It'd be impossible to watch everybody's content. Hey, Ricky. No problem. I'm not sure how long I'll be staying on here for. I'm running out of things to talk about. I've got to be honest with you. Maybe they'll make Perfect great again and employ me again. That'd be nice. If they do get it ball over. Advanced sweetie, thank you. Having to grow is very difficult. It's not getting easier. Marie just helped you. Closer, don't worry about replying. How's your channel coming along, MVW? I'm going to stay in here a further 10 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Then I'm going to tap out of this live stream. And going forward, there'll be all non-live videos. Michelle, welcome. Michelle Claire Vlogs. Lisa, you've got a fantastic community, it must be said. Very nice set of people in here from yourself. When are you going live again, Lisa, by the way? I'm definitely feeling the love in here. It's important not to be too obsessed with a subscriber count, MVW. I wouldn't let it lose any sleep over losing any supporters. What's this about the Premier channel? Wow, MVW, you're getting up there. You'll overtake me soon. When I get internet back. Oh, I see. That's annoying. So enjoy your live streams. Yeah, I'm lucky being able to stream because I've got similar number of fans like you, MVW, and because I've got a laptop, I'm able to stream. But if I didn't have this, I wouldn't be able to do this final streaming video. Oh yes, sorry. I've done a couple of premieres in the past, but nobody watched, so kind of put me off. But we'll see. I might do a premiere again. We shall see. Michelle Claire Vlog says we haven't streamed for a while. Tiz Lisa says I'm going to go out of my way now to. Yeah, well, we need more Lisas in this world in general. There's a lot of people out there trying to bring people down, and I always avoided the drama nonsense in here, and need more and more people like Lisa. So, Michelle, do you go live often? Oh, she just said she hasn't streamed for a while. Did you go live often, Michelle? Scotsman in Asia says, price of internet is expensive. I pay £18 a month for 200, 100 megabytes. I used to do them weekly with, oh, nice one. I've done a lot of live streams, lazy live streams, I call them. There's not much effort into these live streams of mine anyways. And I used to do a lot last year. There's their pros and cons of going live that can attract trouble to your channel. There's the pros and cons of going live. So where are you from, Daniel Duran? You don't mind me asking. Thailand is better for internet and 4G, Scotsman in Asia says. Yeah, Ricky's here. Oh yes, the wrenches. I did have what I called, you'd have loved this. I used to call my wrench team my Blue Rangers wrench team. And I did have some, hello Darren, and I did have some wrenches in here, but I took them all away because it seemed like if you didn't give it one out to everybody, it would cause a bit of friction, and people would get upset if they didn't have a wrench, or they'd take it away. They would take this whole wrench thing a bit too seriously. So I decided, you know what? No one's having a wrench. They're just me, sole Rangers, part of the Rangers wrench team. My Rangers wrench team. Darren says, hi, PMDB Entertainment and everybody. No, a lot. Well, no, it won't get into trouble, MVW, unless you're doing something to do with copyright. But it just what's happened, MVW, is YouTube's taken away the ability for very small YouTubers like myself to go live on mobiles now, and I think it's going to happen to laptops too soon. I could be wrong about this. They might not do it with laptops as well, but I think they will. So, yeah, you've got to reach a certain milestone now to go live on your mobile. That's all right, MVW. Hey, Gamer1 UK, welcome. What? MVW says, hey, why, what for? It's YouTube, MVW, they make new rules, they make, you know, um, you try and, like, understand some of the new rules, logic, MVW, you'll give yourself a headache. Scotsman in Asia says, make sure live streams. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. I've had troll problems before. I'm sure I'll have troll problems again in the future. And when I did have the wrench team, my Blue Rangers wrench team, as I called them, they were helpful because I've been attacked by trolls in the past. I'm sure it will happen again. I appreciate that, Darren. Jenna says you can do it on mobiles or tablets. You can't do it, rather, on mobiles and tablets. Says Lisa says, that'll be great, Michelle. Or speaking to Michelle. Yeah, not for the best, it seems, Michelle. Not for the best. I don't understand a lot of these decisions. Doesn't make sense business wise. You should be attracting everybody to YouTube, but with all the mass censorship, the Article 13, that's not YouTube's fault, that's the EU's fault. Article it's becoming a not very enjoyable place, YouTube, and social media in general. I appreciate you popping in, Daniel. You'll be welcome here anytime. I will be continuing the non-live videos. MVW wants to make money. See, it's the difference between me. I don't, if people want to make money on here, fair enough. But in my blunt opinion, YouTube's not a job. That's just my opinion. I know a lot of people don't like me saying that, but to me, YouTube's not a job. Isn't it only on mobile devices? Yeah, but I've got a feeling, Gamer1 UK, I could be wrong, of course, but I've got a feeling it's going to start affecting laptop and other devices too soon. Because it seems strange that it's just mobile. But I could be wrong. Scotsman in Asia says, Google do not see the financial rewards with smaller channels since the cost of storing the videos versus the AdSense income. Oh, I'm with you, Gamer1 UK. I don't know what gives me a headache more, Brexit or some of these YouTube decisions. MVW says it's driving. Yeah, this is the thing. I can understand what a Scotsman in Asia is saying. It's totally understandable. It's a massive website. They obviously know much more than what we know. But at the same token, I think it's going to drive people away. And they've already driven a lot of people away with this mass censorship. and all these double standards. Lisa, you are, sweetie. I have been grinding, to be fair, Gamer One UK. Um, Nearly 9 years and 1,429 videos. I don't know what more I can do. Let's be honest. If we're all being honest, the only way small YouTubers grow is if you talk a lot in other people's live streams, or you're lucky enough to get a viral hit. Other than that, there's not much chance of growing. Michelle's like me. It's a hobby for me too. Um, we grind together, buddy. My mind went in the gutter there. Ignore. It's filthy in here sometimes. My mind went in the complete gutter. If I did a live this week, hope you. Yeah, I'll look out for you, Michelle. If you go live again, it should be an enjoyable hobby for MVW, but it's getting more and more frustrating on here. I wish there was a competitor. I'd love to see like a up and coming live streaming site like BitChute, start to gain more support, because I think it's dangerous when there's a monopoly. It's never good for anybody. Same with wrestling. There's a monopoly in wrestling for years now with the WWE, and wrestling's dreadful nowadays with the monopoly. I've done a lot of live streams. I'm good. I'm good. I'm not actually worried about growing. I'm sort of, maybe when I was 22, it was like, oh, it'd be great to be quite popular in here. But I'm good. I'm good. Tis Lisa says Michelle was one of my first friends on YouTube 2 years ago almost. It's good that you have still kept up then. Um, bring back. That's going back. It says bring back Big Daddy and Giant Haystacks. Yeah, old. What was that show called again? When British wrestling, it's British wrestling's heyday. World of Sport. World of Sport. But I can totally understand what MVW is saying. They really did, regardless of what. See, this is what bugs me, is when they ban people like that. Um, there's a lot of people in here I disagree with politically wise. I don't like Celtic Football Club, for example. Do I want them banned from here? No. I think there's a severe lack of adults running social media that just take a ill will at someone, and regardless of what guidelines they've broken, if they want you gone, they'll get you gone. And the thing that annoys me is it's the double standards. It's the double standards. There seems to be rules for certain individuals out there and different rules for everybody else. Bugs me. It should Everybody should be treated the same. And there's a lot of left wing biasy. Is that even a word? I don't think. I just made that word up. There's a lot of. It's not right. It's not fair. I think MVW is agreeing with me. Giant haystacks live near you, eh? Uh, I think it's easy to say it's only mobile device restrictions, but some of us only have mobile access, and lots of my friend already are giving up, and it's sad because they think they'll never get it. I'm lucky that I can technically still live stream. Absolutely sweet F all at the moment, unfortunately, to be blunt. Scotsman in Asia. Hopefully that will change too soon. Aberdeen, well, I agree with that. Living in here is a. Oh, me. Oh, me. I think it's. Oh, I've read that one. Bean Fab connecting with you all. Off for coffee. Um, much love about. Thanks, Lisa. Michelle says, "Have you?" Like I said, the jobs I have had haven't been great, and there's been gaps too, unfortunately. Um, if I could turn back time to quote Cher, I'd have done a lot of things differently. I would have left school right away. To hell with school. To hell with the system. Garbage. School is garbage. You don't learn anything at school. You just learn how to be a liberal. Anyways, um, I would have went to a trade straight away, and that's what I would have done. But if I could turn back time, it would be wonderful. They want everybody to be a paid person, but not everybody can be a star. Though that's the thing. Not everybody can be a winner. I agree. I totally agree. I never, even when I was a kid, teenager, I never liked school, and before I started going in this political direction, I always thought school was a waste of time. Like I'll speak to some of my old school friends if I ever meet them, and we'll get together and think, what did we learn from secondary? Nothing. The top answer from secondary school, high school in America, is what we learned the most was how to be a prick. That was the top answer. You take care, Michelle. I do instruments and still struggling. It's it's it is tough out there. Darren says I agree. The rules should be for everyone, not stuff it up for some people. Absolutely. I mean, I don't care what political side you're on. If you're on the left, on the right, or if you're like David Icke, not on any political side. It's the double standards that really bug me. It's the double standards. And I see radical things on the right. I see radical things on the left. And to me, there's too much double standards going on, and it's all social media companies deny it, but oh come on, come on. I feel it. They feel it. Oh, I better not say too much. I'm scared to. This is it. I'm scared to say too much. Trust me. There weren't so many guidelines. I'd be swearing like a trooper on here, and I feel like I am already brutally honest, but I'd be even more brutally honest. I hate political correctness. It's friggin' garbage. I'm trying. It's so hard not to swear. I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best. But it just seems to be rules for a certain group of people and rules for everybody else. What can I say? What can I say? It's been a fun live stream. Um, Going forward, I'll challenge myself to make good non-live content. I won't rush them out. Um, I've never been to Asia before, but maybe it's time. Maybe it's time because it's not really relaxing in the UK. We can't say anything here these days. Some people get thrown in jail or almost thrown in jail for telling a joke. I'm not kidding. Freedom. There's no freedom in Scotland. Great, is it? It's like I don't think people understand. Hold on a second. I'm still live. What's wrong? Sorry about that. I'm biting. Yes, it's. I constantly bite my tongue too. And the whole thing about not being able to say the S words is. Uh, And I've always been baffled by that particular rule that you're not allowed to say those two S words, and it's madness, total madness, total madness. No, the Gamer One UK is right. Um, there is no freedom of. I don't think people realize how ridiculous the UK has gone, and we're in a nanny state. We can't say anything. We can't say anything. Like you'll know what I'm talking about. We're not allowed to laugh at each other anymore. Like it must be really difficult trying to be a comedian here now. Because let's be honest, the politically correct jokes are some of the most boring jokes you'll ever get, and they're never funny. I just feel like us humans are funny, and we should be able to laugh at each other. We should be able to have banter with each other. This is ridiculous. This nonsense going on right now. That's true. Nobody in the algorithm would pick up my Scottish accent. That's very true. Um, what apply to Holland MVW? I think if you're talking about the mobile thing, it applies to everybody worldwide. Lisa says, "Buddy, you need to go make breakfast, but I'm going to keep that video up for an hour so people can still support." I appreciate that, Lisa. I'm gonna have to check her out myself. I think there's hello, Shane. I appreciate you popping in. Um, I think Canada, the US, and the UK are and we are in trouble. We're all in trouble. With I best not say too much. I best not say too much. But Gamer One UK is right. Gamer One UK is right. Make it. Try not to see. I'm scared to laugh at some of the comments in here because everything's. But Gamer One UK is right. I think the rules are the same. As for Article 13, it's a total disaster. So it comes down to greed. It comes down to greed, and it could possibly be the beginning and the end of YouTube since it was passed. This and Article 11 as well. People forget about Article 11. Article 11's pretty bad too. But it's just nuts. The world's a beautiful place. The illusion we live in, we're all slaves to this system. This is all unnatural what we're doing. We shouldn't be just sitting on a couch watching television or YouTube now. It would be. Anyways, before I ramble into that, what was I talking about again? See, I'm getting old. I've lost my train of thought. But yeah, adults. There seems to be a severe lack of adults running the shows. A severe lack of adults. I wasn't talking about my fleece this time, but it's it just seems to be we had more adults running it. The thing is, when they get rid of people, for example, for not having a political view to like, there's millions of YouTubers out there. No one's forcing you to watch somebody. I don't watch anybody I don't like. I don't pay attention to the crappy drama. I avoid that like the plague. I don't care what perhaps someone's saying about me out there. I don't watch it. There's millions of YouTubers, small big in between out there. And um, no one's forcing you to watch these videos. So I just wish there was we've got a severe lack of adults in this world. That's what I'm saying. And like, if you don't like Tommy, don't need to watch him. If you don't like Fox News, no one's forcing you to watch it. I don't like CNN. Never watch it. Never watch it. I don't like the Young Turks. Never watch them. You see what I'm saying? There's just a severe lack of adults in today's society. And if you don't like a particular small YouTuber, or you don't like PewDiePie or whoever, or no one's forcing you to watch any of these videos. You just watch someone you like, watch someone you agree with. So, uh, I don't want anybody banned from here. I'm all for freedom of speech, freedom of will, blah 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 blah. I don't want anybody banned on here. I think YouTube could be a fantastic thing, you know, but there feels like it's being ruined right now. I hate Sky News. It's I never watched. I will only watch TV now if Rangers. I'll watch the TV today, for example. Rangers are playing Motherwell. It's on Sky Football main event, I think too, and I'll watch it for that because the sport on the internet, the sport on YouTube, it's not as good. They don't seem to be able to do it so good on a TV yet. But I barely watch. I never watch the news, the mainstream news. Um, um, and as for the programs, the actual television programs, Defoe. As for the television programs, just all propaganda rubbish. Like once you escape, I escaped the Matrix years ago by default. I could be wrong about it. I'm not saying I'm right about everything, but I've got a feeling of what's going on, and I don't like it. And I escaped it by default years ago, and I've hardly watched television in the last 17 years. Hardly watched it. And when you do watch it again, you watch it in a different view, the television. You can see all the propaganda. You can see all the propaganda. Tony says freedom of speech. What about all that? Yeah, yeah. UK's. I live in the UK, Tony. It's already gone. Um, Shane says the problem is, and people hate me for saying this, it's full of people that are stuck up their behinds and don't know how the internet should be. It's hard. I agree with you, Shane. I agree with you. I haven't put it quite like that before, but I agree with Shane. Yeah, and if you noticed, regardless of your opinion on the news, to me it's all fake. Fake news. Very fake news. All of it. All of it. It's always doom and gloom. It's like they deliberately want you to be depressed. There's no happy news on the news. There's nothing happy. It's, we all still are made to pay a TV license. I'll get onto that. I've got a number of reasons to dislike the BBC. A number of reasons. They don't like Rangers either. That's one of them. The BBC just the whole Jimmy Savile thing. I mean, how anybody can ever trusted the BBC following that scandal is just and it's like they want us to stop talking about that. We've got to pay a TV license for channels where a lot of us don't even watch. I've never watched the friggin' BBC EastEnders. You'd have to pay me to watch EastEnders. Britain's got friggin' or us on ITV. Different channels, same shit. Silly TV. All of it's crap. But the BBC, I never watch it. Never watch it. I live in London, UK. What even is freedom? Oh God! Oh, Shane, I feel for you. I feel bad enough living in Scotland, but I really feel for you in London. I've visited London a couple of times, had a few holidays down there. I'm not being funny, Shane. I'm not in a rush to visit London again. So the TV, we've got this silly license fee where we're made to pay this license fee to own a TV or to put it on at least. It's and Scotsman Nation says TV license should be included in your taxes, save money in a TV collection teams. And the BBC. Would anybody miss the BBC? Would you really miss EastEnders? But I mean, we're on a very dangerous path right now with this political correctness. We're on a very slippery slope. Shane says, I fully understand. I don't ever want to be in London. I want to move country, but shh, don't tell them that. They might get me. Oh, yes, yeah. Yeah, it's like it's so babyish with that we need a speaker's corner to express our views. I mean, that's funny. EastEnders is very depressing. I used to I've watched a handful of it years ago, and Dirty Dan returned, and I liked the Mitchell brothers. Grant Mitchell was fun, but I couldn't watch it now. I couldn't watch it now. These days, my TV and radio is more often on. I can't blame you. I can't blame you. My mom says, "Did you fall off your religion? The religion of celebrity." It's but Gamer UK and Shane, they'll all understand what we're all saying here, and I've got silly laws up here in Scotland. I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to slag off myself anymore. That's probably politically incorrect too here now. It's not really that fun, isn't it? No, is it a wonder a lot of us, once Friday arrives, go out to get drunk? Is it any wonder why a lot of us go out to get drunks still? Because it's kind of torture living in the UK sober. I appreciate that, Shane. Well, you see, I got depression and several mental health issues. I'll get into them another time. And it affected a lot of my interests. So by default, I stopped watching television years ago. Only watch it for Rangers when they're playing on the TV if I'm not at the game. And but when I do watch television again, when I have to, if I'm with some family, say, you see it in a different light. Once you've escaped that television trance, you see it with a different light. And I've got my fair share of health problems, and I I better watch what I say. I'm not gonna see. This is it. I'm scared to speak my mind. I'm scared to speak my mind. But I think for me personally, I can track back to when the depression began, and a light bulb just went off my head this year. I'm thinking, oh, so that being too addicted, that's what, yeah. I better not say too much. I better not. I'd love to speak my mind, Gamer One UK, even more. That's true. That's actually true. The some would say the legal drug is more is more bad for you than the stuff that is illegal. I I can't say none of us can say too much online these days, but offline, I'm really going to go out my way to try and wake people up more and more and more because I care for people and I hate the way the human race is going. It's crap, total crap, and I want a lot of these new laws here and around the world scrapped, gone. I want freedom of speech back, and I'm going to do what I can to try and wake up as many people as possible. It's not going to be easy, but it's good to know your triggers. Well, Shane also says you can use them. Yeah, it's such a one of their silly rules. It's bad that you have to be. It is mental. It's completely. I feel like I'm back in school, back in the prison. Tory. The human race is going downhill big time. It's hard to argue that. But the upsetting thing is, it's only getting worse because loads of people are scared. Yeah, but I'm hoping. Starting here. I want to believe there's some light in the end of the tunnel. I want to believe there's some hope. And like I say, offline, I'm not PC at all. I'm really, I don't care offline. Thanks for being still here, Darren. I won't be here too much longer. I will be wrapping things up soon. But I'm going to be doing my best to keep him, try and wake people up. I'm gonna try my bit. I can understand that Gamer One UK, but um, I can understand that. I mean, I'll just say I'm surrounded by liberals. I'm surrounded by very one-dimensional minded people that I'm surrounded by people that are wrapped up in this celebrity culture too. I've not got much in common with a lot of people around me. But as for my immediate family and my close friends, I've really been doing my best to wake them up. And I have woken up a few individuals in my inner circle, and they can really see what's happening now or has happened for generations. Tony says it seems like the government there is like a bad relationship with bad. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it, Tony. Shane says Gamer UK didn't just say that. Uh oh. There we go. The Earth. Here's the thing with the whole Earth debate. What I will say is, um, does it really matter if the Earth is round or flat? My opinion is, I'm not sure, and I find it funny that people. I've seen it in live streams and on panels, people really having a really heated debate over this Earth thing, and it's quite funny. Like we need to have freedom. Absolutely, we need to have freedom of speech. If you don't like what someone says about you or somebody else, guess what? Grow a thicker skin. Grow a friggin' thicker skin. Don't pay attention to those type of people that hate you. Just ignore them. Grow a you need to grow a thicker skin. Words are just words. Words only hurt you if you allow them, if you give the words power to hurt you. And this is the thing, this is the dangerous thing. If you continue to bottle it in, you're eventually going to explode, aren't you? Yeah. It's words are just words, unless it's physical, say. you've got to walk away. And I know there's bullies. I hate bullying, and I know there's drama and blah 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 blah. But just ignore it. Just tune it out. You can't tune it out. You don't need to be watching it. Darren says that's true, PMDB. Shane says, have you peeps got a Discord? I've heard about this Discord, but I've never used it, Shane. I've been told to get one, Phil. Gamer1 UK says, I like to go against the system. Absolutely, amen. Everything they tell us, I look for the opposite. Yeah. It's true. That's I look at pulp culture and disgust now. I'm not saying to people, oh, never watch films again, because I like being creative myself. I'd love to perform. I'd love to be a musician, like I say. I'm not saying never listen to music or play video games. What I'm saying is don't become addicted. Don't. I think it's YouTube too. I think it's a dangerous path to go on if you start becoming addicted to pop culture and you're binge watching television. I've never watched Netflix. Never will bother with Netflix. Just not my cup of tea. And I'm not saying never watch TV or never go to cinema again. What I'm saying is, I think it is a dangerous path if you become addicted to pop culture. And for my, I won't mention in too much detail, but for my own mindset, I know when I was younger, I was affected big time by these addictions, big time. And it's only came to my attention now why I was depressed in the first place. And I'm furious about it. Absolutely. I mean, I could be wrong. It could be other reasons why this happened to my brain or why that happened. But I think I know exactly what happened, and I'm friggin' furious and don't want anybody to go through that. I'm going to wrap this up in a 3 hour mark. It's been a great crowd in. I appreciate Tiz Lisa and her friends being here and some of the usual suspects in. This is not the end. This is there's just been non-live videos going forward. I'll be challenging myself to produce better content. But as for the live streams, we're done. We're done. For a couple of reasons, I'll get into it again. Reason number one, I think eventually for very small YouTubers like myself, they'll take the ability to go live on a laptop away like they did with the phones. And number two, the quality of my live streams with this laptop is not great. The video quality. It looks like I do this on a potato. It looks like I'm in some Stone Age going live compared to everybody else's lives. So for those two reasons, make a slime video. For those two reasons, the live streams are going on the permanent shelf. Shane recommends getting a Discord. Absolutely. I like Tony's attitude. Absolutely. And for those wrestling fans out there, hope you enjoy WrestleMania. See, I'm still a little bit part of the trance myself. I'm watching WrestleMania 35 tonight. Oh, me. But I will say it's one of the few wrestling related shows I do watch. I'm a very, 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 very part time wrestling fan. I think WWE's garbage now, but every time WrestleMania season comes around, my inner Gamer1 UK is watching it too. My inner wrestling fan creeps out. And I've got a younger cousin that just loves the wrestling. He's coming around. So, hey, hello, 61. I don't have the heart to say no. I'm not watching WrestleMania this year. I don't have the heart to say that. But I hope it's not. I hope it's not 8 hours of torture. Anyways, I hope it's a good show. And to hell with that fan that attacked Bret Hart yesterday. To hell with him. Disgraceful. Bret Hart's like wrestling royalty, and he got tackled yesterday at the Hall of Fame by some nut job. Probably liberal. I'm only. That's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. No, he I just thought it was just garbage yesterday at the Hall of Fame. Anyways, I'm off. I'm off. Before I get myself into trouble. I appreciate that. Nice one. You missed Superfly Snooker and Hot Rod Piper. Gamer One UK says probably right. In fact, I've been at WrestleMania once, and I've actually seen. I can say I've seen Superfly Snuka and Roddy Piper and Ricky Steamboat wrestle way past their prime at WrestleMania 25. But I've actually seen them wrestle. I'm doing later what you're doing now. I'm not saying exactly what as will feel. Oh, what? My mind's on this note. My mind's in the gutter now. Doesn't take much. Doesn't take much. I'm going to yeah, the Macho Man's wife. I mean, in regards to the wrestling, it's like if you go and watch WrestleMania 6 now, it's like watching a black. Speaking of WrestleMania 6, Warrior and Hogan being mentioned here. If you watch WrestleMania 6 now, it's like watching a black and white film. Most of the stars are dead. It's kind of eerie, and there's been a lot of stars um, died or murdered. Some people would say. Anyways, before I get myself into trouble with conspiracy theories, I'm off. Appreciate everybody that's been in here. I'm on the Rangers, and I hope WrestleMania 35 is friggin' good. Hope it's no shite. Take care, all. And it's good meeting some new faces too. God bless.